Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Steelers versus Seahawks game preview. As you guys see from the title, also was another topic, kind of two videos in one. I was going to make them separately, but might as well put them together. Who should be the starter? Should it be Kenny Pickett or should it be Mason Rudolph? I know they said Kenny Pickett is going to be active this week. He was limited in his practice. As you guys see in this video, I'm making this on Wednesday night, so you'll be seeing it on Thursday, so you'll be seeing it tomorrow. But Kenny Pickett today at practice was limited with the ankle, of course, the same ankle injury he had surgery on. Mason Rudolph is coming off that big-time game he had with 279 passing yards. He had 2 touchdown passes, threw some bombs to George Pickens. 2 touchdowns, a big 60-plus yard touchdown and an 80-plus yard touchdown he had. Played amazing football in that game also. Putting his body on the line, in his third down to go out there and keep the momentum on our side and running through 3 guys and getting the first down. He made a lot of big-time plays. So people had the question, will you just roll with Mason Rudolph, who's the high hand, or will you start Kenny Pickett since he's a starter? And he was 7-4 before he went down with injury. In my opinion, I think you roll with the high hand. You roll with the high hand and Mason Rudolph, because Mason Rudolph is a guy who's shown you that he's experienced. He's been here for a while, and he's healthy. We don't know what Kenny Pickett going to look like. They said the injury was 2 to 4 weeks, so he could be still a little might get on the field and might be the same Kenny Pickett. And he wasn't he didn't have really crazy super eye-popping numbers, but he did go out there and show some clutchness and go out there and win some games for us. But him being away for that long, he been out for 3 weeks, so that's a long time, especially at the end of the year too. When you're trying to win now, you're trying to have no rust. You want to go out there and play and go out there and dominate and win these games and stuff because you have opportunity to make the playoffs and still playoff hopes are still kind of lingering on. You're the 9th seed right now, tied with a lot of teams within each other, but a lot of tiebreakers that go on with that. I believe the Bengals, Steelers, Colts, Texans, and Jaguars are all tied together. So it's going to come down to the last week to see who gets in and who will be out. So you want to stay on par with that. So you don't want to have no chances of trying to see if a guy is going to be the same like he once was. You ain't got time for that. And I feel like it's better to start Mason Rudolph because you can pull him easier than you can pull Kenny if you start him. Because you start Kenny and you have to pull him out because he's not playing too good. That's going to kind of create some QB carousel a little bit. Be like, okay, he's not the guy like that. And is Mason supposed to be QB1 for the future and stuff? So it'll kind of create a lot of carousel and a lot of stuff that you don't want to have. The Seahawks did it a few weeks ago when they did it with Drew Lock, who we playing the Seahawks right now this week. Seahawks and Steelers are a very similar team, both 8-7. Pete Carroll, Coach Tomlin, very similar coaches. Been to 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl as well. I think Pete Carroll went to with the Patriots, I think, right? I think with the 3 Super Bowls. Yeah, so but been to multiple Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl, has that player coach mentality as well. Kind of old school people love them, people want to play for them as well. And they had the quarterback problem too. Now of course Geno Smith is a Pro Bowl level quarterback, a lot of the higher level than what we have over here. But remember he went down with the injury. They paid Drew Lock in. Drew Lock played well, and Geno Smith was active that 1 week, and they still started Drew Lock, and Drew Lock won the game for them. And then Geno Smith came back and he won a game too. So they just rolled with the high hand too. It's fully healthy, so they could do that approach. But Geno Smith is a Pro Bowl level quarterback, so you're not gonna keep him on the bench the entire time. You just wait till you got 100% healthy to put him back out there, and went out there and performed well in the last game against the Titans. I think the Steelers are going to approach of having Mason Rudolph be the guy and keep going. Now, if Mason Rudolph's probably playing bad, you can always pick Kenny Pickett in there. But Mason Rudolph plays good. You ride him all the way to, you ride his coattails all the way to the playoffs so you can get there. So we're going to see what happens. But if I was breaking down some analysis, if I was like a scout looking at some of these quarterbacks, of course, Trubisky, he's very hesitant. He has athleticism, but sometimes he relies on athleticism a lot and too much, which gives him in trouble often, and that's why I don't see him fit as the guy. And we know Mr. Trubisky's not going to go back to be the starter unless some crazy things happen where both quarterbacks go down for the season and you have to put Mitch in. Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett, the difference between those guys, I was an analyst looking at it and breaking them down. Mason runs the offense the best. I've seen from Mason and from Mitch and from Kenny, Mason Rudolph has better command of the offense and better field awareness as well. He scans the field and goes through his reads precisely, and he's indecisive as well. So he's decisive as well. He's not indecisive. He go out there and he make a read. He's gonna deliver it. He's gonna find the guy. He's gonna get the ball there. And he's very accurate, and it helps a lot of guys get yards at the catch because there's a lot of plays that we could have had throughout the season. A lot of yards at the catch. I know fans are talking about if Mason Rudolph didn't have yards at the catch, he would have some terrible numbers. Well, that's the whole point of football. You put the ball in your playmaker's hands, and especially you give them the ball in space and you get the ball where they have to go chase it. You see what Tua do with the Dolphins. You put the ball in front of them, let them go chase it and get it, and make plays. Brock Purdy, same thing. Patrick Mahomes used to do it too when he had the receivers, when he had Tyreek Hill and stuff as well. When you have those guys, those playmaker guys who can get the ball in their hands and can make things happen, you want to give them opportunity and free space to go out there and get the ball in their hands and make something happen. So Mason Rudolph was very accurate and getting the ball to George Pickens in the right spot so he can not just catch the ball, but he can run after the catch and make plays happen. You see those big touchdowns he had. He had 195 yards. That's one thing I like about him too. His deep ball is amazing too. I think he had the best deep ball on our team. That he not stepping to the throw, not to deliver it. Nice. Of course, he missed one to Deontay Johnson, but he also hit on a lot of other ones. See, people try to bring that little nicks and knacks, and he missed this one, he missed that one. That's cool and all, but as long as he hit on some of them like that, because some of the deep balls that he hit on the GP and hit the other one too as well on the GP too. As long as he can hit some of the deep balls, that's all that matters. Like that, he might have missed a few on the ones of DJ and might miss some other passes as well. But overall, if he hit the ones that matter the most, the big time plays, that's all we care about like that. As long as you get 50% on those deep balls and make things happen. So that's one thing. Those are things I love about Mason Rudolph. The things I love about Kenny Pickett, I think Kenny has shown the ability to be clutch. You see him go out there and make clutch plays, go out there and deliver some game-winning drives. He had us at 7-4 before he went down with the injury. He's very mobile and agile as well. Now, he tends to get knacked all the time and get injured a lot. And also, sometimes he'll turn the ball over. He's very conservative, which can be a plus and a minus as well, because you look at it he's very conservative where he's play safe. He's not going to lose you the game because he's going to play safe and keep you in the game because he's playing smart football. But he'll take a lot of chances, which is sometimes make you frustrated because you want to see him get the ball to the playmakers down the field and see what happens when you give guys chances, especially when George Pickens is 101 or DJ 101, Pat Freiermuth 101. You want to see him take chances and get a ball to those guys. You want to see him also scan the field better as well. So those are things I see that have a little dislike from him. The thing I dislike from Mason, of course, sometimes he can get startled. Sometimes Mason Rudolph can get startled under pressure. We've seen some throws that he threw against the Bengals, 2 throws that they could have been intercepted, but the Bengals couldn't catch. So I'm glad that it didn't catch it. It could have been some interceptions like that. Sometimes he get a little startled and he'll try to throw one, try to force one in there like that under immense pressure. But overall, I think he does a good job and solid job to be the starter ongoing. And Kenny Pickett, same thing, does a good job enough too as well. I'm still waiting to see him make that next jump because year 3 we're going to see exactly what he is. Right now we're seeing a guy who we're seeing some conservativeness. He kind of reminds me of Alex Smith a little bit. Alex Smith is a guy who is conservative. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's not going to lose you the game. He's going to have a lot of wins, but he's not going to make a lot of big plays to help you go out there and get to the next level. So you might, with Alex Smith in the regular season, you might have 10 wins, 11 wins, but you're never going to get over that hump because he's not going to make enough plays in those situations to get you over that hump because he's not going to take chances. Kenny Pickett is very similar to that. He can go out there and help you win a lot of games. You'll be like, okay, we won a lot of games with Kenny, but when you get to those big games, those big moments, is Kenny going to make those plays to help you win those games? We know he has some clutch game-winning drives and stuff, but we haven't seen him in the playoff setting yet to see if he's able to take another leap forward and make plays down the field consistently to help us win games. So we're going to see what the Steelers decide. In my opinion, you roll with Mason Rudolph, you roll with the hot hands, and you see what happens. And if he starts slipping up, then you pick Kenny Pickett in there and see what happens. But let's break down some of the game analysis. We haven't won a game in Seattle since 1983. 1983 is the last time we won in Seattle. That's way before my time. I was born in 2001. That was way before my time. I think my mother was born in 1982. So that's 1 year after her birth. So that's a while ago. A while ago. So, and my mother is 41 years old. So yeah, that's a long time ago. For 40 years ago, we haven't won a game in Seattle in 40 years. So it's I know we don't play 3 after that as well. So we have a lot of large sample size, but still haven't won one there in 40 years. So we're gonna see if we can break that right there. The last matchup we played the Seahawks though, which was in Pittsburgh, Monday Night Football. You remember that game? TJ Watt making the big time strip sack on Geno Smith and making a play to help us win that game. So that's 1+ too as well. I think our pass rush should be able to get to them and make things happen. But our secondary is the concern of mine because they got DK Metcalf, they got Tyler Lockett, they got the what's his name? He got a long name, the rookie they have from I think from Ohio. They have him over there too as well, starting to heat up a little bit the past few weeks. So they have some receivers who can get open, who can beat man-to-man coverage and who can work and make things happen, especially DK Metcalf. It's a big guy. You have to stay in front of and stuff. So we're going to see what can happen. Of course, we got JPJ. Patrick Peterson has played better over the past few weeks as well. So we're going to see if the Steelers can go out there and make things happen. I hope Minka Fitzpatrick is back. He was limited. Well, he didn't practice today. He was out there, but he didn't practice today. So hopefully tomorrow they get him in practice in. He's limited, or he can go and play and practice. Hopefully, I hope so. But we're going to need some help in that secondary. But our pass rush can get home and get there and make things happen. We should be able to wreak a lot of havoc against the Seattle Seahawks and get some sacks and make some plays and cause some mistakes to happen. They're playing for their playoff hopes as well. I think they're 8-7 right now. I think they're in the playoffs right now. I think they're in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, or close to it. They should be in the playoffs at 8-7 right now, I think. They're like the 7 seed, 6 or 7 seed or something, because the NFC a little different. If we was in the NFC, we'd be in the playoffs too, actually. We'd probably be like 6 or 7 seed. But since we're in the AFC, the tougher conference, we're not. We're like the 9th seed, so we got to work ourselves up and work ourselves to get in there. So we're going to see what can happen. But looking at some of the other things too as well, if you look at the rushing attack that the Seahawks have, is very good. The rushing attack is very good. The Steelers have been up and down in line in the rushing attack. You know, some games we allowed, like this past game, we only allowed 58 rushing yards, but the game before that, we allowed like 140 or 50 to the Colts. The game before that, against the Patriots, we only allowed, I believe it was 80 rushing yards, and then the game before that, against the Cardinals, we allowed like 100-something. And then the game before that, against the Bengals, we allowed 20-something. So the Steelers been up and down and allowing a run. So hopefully it's one of those games where we actually can stop the run. And also, we should be able to run the ball on the Seahawks. Because look at the Seahawks numbers of the past 4 matchups the Seahawks had in the rushing attack and the rushing yards allowed to opposing opponents. The Seahawks have allowed 162, 178, 173, 136 just in the last 4 matchups. They allowed all those type of yards in the rushing attack. So hopefully we can run the ball and establish the run with Najee Harris, with Jaylen Warren, get those guys going, and you just have to set up some things. And, you know, Mason Rudolph having him out there and being able to take shots and being willing to take those shots down the field and be accurate too is also open up some things and for our offense as well. So we're going to see how we look in this game. I think we should be able to pull this one off with the will of the defense and the will of the rushing attack. I think Mason should play good in this game too if he get the start. I think the Steelers should win this game. I'm going to say 23-16. 23-16. The Seahawks get I think the Steelers kick a field goal and make it 23-16. Seahawks get the ball back, and the Steelers get a stop on 4th down. Make it the turnover on downs, and they make it happen and win the game. The defense win the game for us and take us home, and we go 9-7 and on our way to playing the Baltimore Ravens and see what happened in that game. But I think this game right here, we should be able to win this game 23-16. And, you know, leave Seattle with a W and try to win one in Baltimore the following week. But we got to win this one first to keep our playoff hopes alive. We'll let the other pieces fall where they fall because Jaguars play the Panthers and Titans. We see who else play the Texans. They got some games too. They play against the Colts the last game. They also play against somebody else too. I forgot who they play against. But a lot of those teams got to play each other. So somebody got to win. Somebody got to win. So 2 of those guys. If one of those guys win the division, and the other guy going to be out, and then that means they'll put us in the spot like that too as well. So we're going to see what's going to happen in this game and in these matchups and stuff. It'd be great if all of guys just lose and stuff. That'd be even better for us too. But we're going to see what happens. But that's all I got for this today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.